Hey guys, this is Swirch. We're going to be running Ultimate Arena 1 with the Tifa team. So, we've got about 18 light enhanced row awoken skills on this team, so it makes for some pretty gnarly damage if we make more than one row. Tifa also converts to a 7x6 board. Something really important to note about this dungeon, you're going to want at least one monster with bind clear, which I have Sun Wukong for that. And you're also going to want skill bind resist. A lot of monsters will try to preemptive you with a skill bind lock. Alright. Second floor is Izanami. Sometimes it can be Dark Izanami, and she will reduce your time to move orbs, which is why I brought Venus along. She's really good at nullifying that with her active skill. Chaos Dragon, need to be careful not to pop Cecil's active subcolor with Dark. He'll absorb it. And I pop an active here because the only choice you have is to kill this guy. If you do any sort of damage to him without killing him, he will usually one-shot you with Trinity Fang. Same idea here. Basically got to make that row and get a few combos to kill these damagers immediately. Alright, now she has a resolve, so we want to get rid of about half of her life before we try to kill her, or she will one-shot. We're going to heal up. And the cool thing about Tifa is you can actually use the fire orbs to activate the 25 times leader skill if you don't have enough light orbs on the board. Now, if you run into a Shieldra, like for example, if I ran into a light Shieldra, the same color as most of the main attributes on your team, they don't do enough damage by themselves to kill you. You could just keep healing and stalling. You'll notice on a lot of these monsters, I'll stall a turn or two before I actually end up killing them. This is just to maintain my active skills, because you will need them in succession for the last few rounds. I usually stall on the Extreme King Metal Dragon. He won't kill you for at least 6 turns, so I'll wait and get a few of my active skills ready to go before killing him. This time, I just ended up killing him pretty early. Sopdet is tricky. You need to make sure you don't do anything more than 200,000 damage to her. An easy way to do this with Tifa is to create the 7 orbs, but not in a row. And when she gets down to dark, remember that light does double damage, so that can mess you up too. And we'll probably pop our Venus again here, just so that we can counteract the decreased orb movement. With such a big board on this team, it's pretty imperative that you have all of the time extends working at all times in order to do the rows as well as the additional combos required to kill these bosses. This guy gives you 3 turns to knock him out. He'll create more critical poison orbs along the way, so it's usually best just to get rid of him the first turn. This floor will consist of one of 5 Zeuses, I believe. You can fight Zeus and Hera on this floor. Zeus Vulcan, Zeus Mercury, Zeus Dios, which is what we're fighting now, or Zeus Olympios. I don't believe any of the Zeuses can one-shot you in the first couple turns, so it's a nice way to stall. You'll also want to make sure that before you get to floor 19 that you have some sort of defense up, because there is a chance that you'll run into Dark Hera, and she will hit you with a preemptive over 40,000. It'll kill you. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we pop Tifa's active skill for that 35% damage reduction, just in case we run into Dark Hera. There's 4 other Heras that you can run into, but you don't want to get all the way through this dungeon just to be one-shotted by a preemptive. So better safe than sorry. And its Hera is, so we don't really need to worry about that. What we do need to worry about is I need a few more active skills available for the Kali fight. It's either Kali or Dark Kali on the 20th floor, and they have anywhere between 40 and 60 million hit points, and they grant a 50% damage reduction as a preemptive, so you'll need quite a bit of firepower to deal with them. So I'm just going to stall against Hera here for a few turns before I take her out, to make sure that I have actives that are ready to go to take out Kali. And my Sun Wukong is still going to be bound for the first turn here. This probably will not kill her, but it will definitely do enough damage to save me from the over 50% attack. Kali will also try to bind your leader. I have the Awoken badge for leaders being bind immune, so that's why you're not seeing Tifa get bound here. But that can be very dangerous against this boss, so make sure you have some way, either a leader that's not bindable or an active that does bind clears. And that's all there is to it. You'll run into one of the 5 colored pies, take them out, collect your pie, and 250,000 experience points, and that's all there is to it, folks.